What's up, guys? Today we're going to be looking at the Kfir Canard. It is a rank 7 premium plane for Israel. It's at 11.0. I definitely love this plane. It's very competitive. You have the ability to have two AIM-9Gs, and you can hold two gun pods, which who doesn't love gun pods? Pretty fun to play, especially with the head-ons. Before the last update, there wasn't really a reason to play this plane besides maybe just the competitive aspect. But they added the F-16C, and they also buffed the Baz Meshupar, giving it TWS, and then a couple other things that I do not recall. But it is now a very competitive F-15, which it wasn't before, but now it is. The F-16C is very good, in my opinion. I do enjoy playing it. It has the ability to hold 3 AIM-120s, and then if you want to hold AIM-9Ms instead of, and only have 4 AIM-120s, you have that option as well. You also get the derbies with it. Don't necessarily recommend them, but, they're not terrible. But now there's definitely a reason to play the Kfir Canard, so I would recommend picking it up if you do want to grind the Israel tech tree. It is a very easy tech tree to grind. Obviously, it's a lot shorter than the other ones. So if you want an easy F-16C or an easy F-15C, go ahead and pick up the Kfir Canard, and you'll have some fun playing it. It's a delta wing, which means that it has a very fast turn time, with the downside of the energy retention not being great. The fuel consumption is also very, what's the word? It consumes a lot of fuel very quickly, which is why I have the drop tank on here, which doesn't really do much because that adds like 2 minutes of fuel. But other than that, I do really enjoy playing this plane, so let's go look into some games real quick. So our plan for this match is we're obviously going to go left, per usual, stay low. I don't think there was any F-14s in this game. This aircraft does have the ability to face the F-14, but only in a full up tier, so it's not very common. And plus, typically I don't have any problems with the Phoenix just because the radar cross section on this plane is pretty small, so you don't really get picked up on TWS too often. And usually they'll pick up one of your allies who's a lot bigger target on the radar. So you don't have to worry about it too much. It is still an issue sometimes, but I've probably only been killed by maybe 4 or 5 Phoenixes in this particular aircraft, and I've played it at least 100 times, at least 100 games in this aircraft, if not more, way more probably. So we're gonna skip to the actual good part of this battle. Now, as you can see, we've made it to the city, and we should be seeing some enemies shortly. Should be a MiG-21, I'm pretty sure. There you go, MiG-21 and an F-4E. There you go. All right, we go to engage the MiG-21 here. Go for the head-on. I do get some shots. I definitely get the kill. These gun pods are fairly good at their job, especially during the head-ons. And we're checking our back just to make sure nothing's coming. F-4Es in our sights. We try to get guns on. Fail miserably just because, skill issue. I fire a terrible missile at that Su-22. He was flaring, and I literally fired straight at his flares. Now, we're going to go see if we can get some shots in this MiG-21. We are in a good position. We do have the gun authority. We do get the shot, surprisingly. Say my aim is actually trash, but it doesn't matter. We get the severe, and he goes down. Now, we're making sure we don't get caught in the back, because that is a very big issue you have at this battle rating, just because there's so many freaking planes everywhere. You have to make sure your head is on a swivel at all times, because if I didn't see that, I would have been dead. And luckily I saw it, was able to get some flares off. Did not get the shot, unfortunately, but he does go down. Now we're gonna go make our way up to this J-35 up here, keeping my finger on that C key. You know how it is. We do look around for some other targets. We don't find any, so the J-35 does end up being the best option, but he does go down eventually, leaving only one enemy left, I am pretty sure. Yes, there you go. One enemy left. And I'm pretty sure he goes down without me even seeing him. And we go ahead and win the battle. I do try to get some ground and pound here, fail miserably because I don't know why. These bullets didn't do anything. I missed half the targets as well. But that'll be all she wrote for this battle. Moving on to the next one, we are in Pillars. And it's going to be another long flight to the battlefield. So I'll see you there. And I decided to go left on this map. There's obviously a ton of options for this map. It's very versatile. You can go pretty much wherever you want, honestly, in my opinion. But I usually tend to go left just because there's a lot of cover with all these pillars. And there's also a few enemies that go this direction as well, and you get to go head on with them. As you can see here, I'm pretty sure we'll meet an enemy aircraft any second now coming this way. F-105D, a little more off board, but we're going to go for him. Let's see what we can do there. I'm just checking my surroundings, making sure there's nothing on me while I'm approaching. I do launch a missile. A little risky launch, but I'm pretty sure it does end up connecting. And yeah, there you go. And that's all she wrote for the F-105. Su-25, we're going to go ahead and try to get some shots on him. I'm going to miss miserably there, but he's going to just kind of go straight and not really do anything. So I'm going to re-engage. Miss more shots because I cannot aim for the life of me. Miss even more. Decide to aim in, and finally I take off his wing. And that'll be all for the Su-25. I do launch a missile at this J-35 and just kind of disengage. But if you saw there, it does divert and kill an ally. There you go. But that's a very unfortunate launch there. That's not technically my fault. Kind of is, maybe a little bit, but there was really no other option for him. If I didn't kill that J-35, the J-35 would have killed him, and I ended up killing him anyways. But, oh well. And I do end up getting blown up. That last battle ended quite abruptly. Sorry, I did end up getting blown up. Shot by a missile, I'm pretty sure. I am doing a voiceover on the editing. Did not give myself enough time, obviously, to explain what happened there. But that is what happened. Luckily, I have enough time in between, us taking off in the next game to be able to explain what exactly happened there. I did get hit by a PL-12, I'm pretty sure. You could probably go back and look. It flashed on the screen pretty quickly, but if you want to look, I think it was a PL-12. And we're just going to skip forward to where we are engaging with the enemy opponents. Sorry, there was someone mowing their lawn. I don't know if you can hear that in the audio, but if you can't hear it, that's what that is. Nothing too interesting happens at the beginning of this battle. I am just scanning the horizon for any enemy aircraft. I do see one up there, but I'm not too worried about him just because there's an ally near him as well. So he's clearly occupied. I am just making sure no missiles come down and hit me because for some reason sometimes they like to do that. I do see a little fur ball over here on the right side of the map, so I do make my way over there. Specifically towards this F4C. I know there are a couple people on him. I do end up realizing that. I'm pretty sure I do try and see what's closer, but I have a better range on this guy, so I just go and engage. Obviously check my surroundings for any missiles. I do end up trying to lock them. Didn't really get anything I liked, so I just disengaged that. And this Su-25 is looking very easy to kill. I try to line up my shot. I miss completely. And this will be another one of those situations where the Su-25 does not give a shit. And he just keeps going straight because he wants a base, and I am not going to let him get that base. So I put more shots, miss completely again. I get right up behind him. There's no way I'm missing these shots. And I fucking murder him. Now we're moving on to this F4C. I'm very slow. I really don't have any other option here. I'm going to just pull up onto him, see if I can get this head on. I do end up getting the head on. I get a hit. He hits me. Kind of destroys my wing panel there. But still very flyable. The F4C is also very flyable. So I am concerned about that. At this point, I'm just going for any head on I can get because my time is limited. I do get a severe on the F104, excuse me. And he goes down. Obviously, as you can see, the aircraft is very hard to maneuver. It is going all over the place. And this F-4C is firing missiles at me. The only option I have is to flare, because if I tried to maneuver, he's going to catch up very, very quickly and kill me. And I see that missile blows up in the distance, so I'm just looking back periodically to make sure he doesn't fire any more. He does fire another one, so I let off another barrage of flares, and before it goes cold, or before it goes invisible, I do see it diverge off a little bit, so I'm not too concerned about it. I'm focused on this MiG-21 right here. He is being very, very hard to shoot, just because he's all over the place. I do end up getting the kill. He does go down, and for some reason I did not see that missile. I mean, it's clear as day in the recording, but I did not see it at the time, and I am taking a Magic 1 through the tailpipe. And that'll be the rest for that battle. Moving on, we are here in Pillars again, I am pretty sure, and we are just going to go ahead and skip through all this boring part. This will be the last battle that we look at today. Pretty sure it's just another 2-kill battle. I can't remember the details of it, but we'll go ahead and take a look. We do end up going straight down the middle on this game. Different from the other game where we decided to go to the left, but we do go pretty much straight down the middle here. Maybe a little bit towards the left, but for the most part, we're going to see what's going on this direction. So far, haven't seen anything yet, of course, but that'll soon quickly change, because I'm pretty sure an F5 does appear in the horizon eventually, or an F104, same thing. F5 does eventually come on this direction though. So we have an F104 and 2 MiG-23s. I'm going to engage one of the MiG-23s first, this one on the bottom, because I don't want to get in the way of the radar. I can still multipath down here. I am going to miss completely because, again, my shots have been off all day. And we're just looking around, making sure there's nothing trying to kill us. And I think we're going to go ahead and engage the JA-37, making sure the J-35 does not try to kill me. Get some shots off. They miss. I'm able to flare off his missile. Very easy engagement. We're going to see what we can do with this F-104. He maneuvers quite well. I'm not able to get a shot off on him. And the MiG-21 is my next target. He's also kind of out of the way of my shots. Maneuvers quite well. Flares can't really do anything. J-35 now wants to merge with me, and we're now in a 2-turn fight where he might have the advantage, so I decide to just go off and try to get that MiG-21, which I do, and I make sure the J-35 is not trying to throw missiles up my ass. The F5 that I was talking about earlier, I do see him now, and he's engaging my allies, but I decided to go for the MiG-23 instead because there's 2-on-1 over there, so I don't want to get engaged. MiG-23 goes down, so I'm just going to pull a full 180, see if I can get anything on this F5. But in the corner of my eye, I do see a A-10A get spotted on the bottom right, and there he is. And so I decided to engage him just because no one's there. Sorry, A-10C. I do want to stay clear of his AIM-9Ms because I only have 6 countermeasures left, or 6 flares left, and that's not going to be enough to flare 1, let alone 4 of them. So I'm going to stay very low, out of his gun range. I am going to fire a missile at him to get him to maneuver. He does end up just flaring it off, but he is turning right into my guns, and that's not a shot I'm going to miss. He goes down, and I'm going to go ahead and try and engage this MiG-23 that's in the distance, but he goes down as well. And that'll be the end of this game, and also the end of the battles that we're going to be looking at today. So now let's go make our way to the intro, or the outro, sorry. And that will be all for the Kfir Canard. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you next time. Peace.